What's going on, fellas? It's another Boogie production. I want to salute you guys for subscribing to my channel. Also want to thank you guys for liking the videos too, man. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. All right, let's get into this video. Stop trying to be an expert on women and become an expert on yourself. I see a lot of guys making this mistake, man. You know, they spend all that extra time trying to get into the psyche of a female. All the man hours, all the energy into trying to get to know women when they don't even know themselves, man. Because the reality is this: the universe gave each man a unique gift. I don't know your gift. Y'all don't know my gift. But we all have one. The only way you're going to figure out what this gift is if you go on your journey, man. If you live life, go through the hard times, figure out what your gift is, then understand how to use it. Once you learn how to use it, then you understand you can't abuse it. You know, because karma is a real thing. So think about that for a second, man. Understand your gift. And sometimes, especially in a dating world, that's the difference between men. You know, some guys understand their gifts and they know how to use it, man. Look, it's a lot of guys out here that put a lot of faith and a lot of stock into studies. And that's cool. You know, studies have their place. But what if you just a guy that's just an outlier in life, man? What if the rules never apply to you? What if you was always able to bypass the rules of the game? What if the world responded to you in a different fashion than everybody else? What if you just had an it factor that can't be quantified? What if that was the case? But you would never know that if you didn't take the time to get to know yourself. Let me give you guys an example. From the time I was 6 years old till I was 23, I was a part of a program through Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. It was called the Prevention Program because I was labeled high risk when I was born. Because of the way I was born and the circumstances and everything, I was labeled high risk, man. You know, but every year Johns Hopkins sent somebody to me to do an interview. Every year. The only time they didn't send anybody to me is when I was overseas. And I was able to do those interviews over the phone. Real talk, man. It was a very thorough program. But the study was real. But I was an outlier, man. Many people who was involved in this program, they dead now. Or they ended up in somebody's prison. But I figured out a way to bypass all that. So it was a pretty decent study. But in all reality, I was an outlier, bro. It is what it is. So that is why I don't put a lot of faith and a lot of stock into studies all the time. Studies have its place when you're trying to do a debate or you're trying to write a paper, whatever the case may be, man. But if I'm just out here living life, I know the world responds to Boogie just a little bit different. I've took the time to figure out my gifts, what I'm good at. I took the time to figure out my weaknesses, man, so I can work on those things. You know, I don't spend all my hours and all my energy and time, trying to get into the psyche of women. Because let me tell you something, man. Once you figure out everything it is to know about women, then what's next? Then what's next? So you know every single thing about a female. Okay. Did you make it work for you? Are you getting better women? Are you getting more women? Are you getting females to submit to your program? I don't know. I believe that happens when you get to know yourself. When you're spending that energy on you. Because women can recognize fake confidence and real confidence. They know real swag and fake swag. They know when a guy is self-assured. A lot of women can look at men and how other men respond to him and understand if he's an alpha or not. You know, a lot of men don't even get respect from other men. Ain't that a bitch? But then they trying to figure out why they can't get respect from women. Nah, man. You can tell a lot from a man by his relationships with people. People of the same sex or the opposite sex, man. Because let me say this. A lot of people are intelligent. A lot of people are well-read. A lot of people are smart. But at the end of the day, they're not savvy. They're not savvy. And the truth is this. You get a certain level of savviness when you deal with the opposite sex. When you have success with the opposite sex. That's when you get that savviness about you. You know. But I can tell a lot by a man how he deals with other men. You know. It's not hard to tell, man. It's not hard to tell. So if you can barely get other men to respect you, man, you think these women gonna respect you and submit to your program? Come on, man. It don't work like that. Take the time to get to know yourself, man. I'm not an expert on women. I'm not an expert on men. I'm an expert on me. And to me, man, that helped me a lot out here. Because let me say this, man. I've never read one study and went outside my house and got attention from women. Last time I got attention from a female is when I put on some Tom Ford Tuscan leather cologne. And they turned around and asked me what I got on. And they told me it smelled good. That's the reality of that. Studies never helped me get pussy. Think about that for a second, man. I'm an expert on me, bruh. And that's it, man. You know, so for all you guys that sit around and think you know every nuance, every detail about women, look, that's cool, man. But women respond to each man in a different way, according to how that man treats himself. If that man treats himself with respect, if he carries himself with some dignity, women tend to follow, man. But you got to set an environment. You got to set the tone for that. If you joking all the time, if you playing around all the time, do you think this female gonna take you serious? If you don't respect yourself, do you think this female gonna respect you? If you can't get other men to respect you, do you think this female gonna respect you? Come on, man, this shit ain't rocket science. Everything starts with me, and it ends with me. Bottom line. And this is what I'm trying to wake guys up to. I'm trying to wake guys up to taking this journey, man, within yourself. Not trying to avoid women all the time, not hating women, but understanding the opposite sex. Men and women, we don't think alike, man. That's kindergarten shit, right? We don't think alike. We'll never think alike. But a lot of guys, they go wrong when they try to think like a woman. You gotta understand, man, we have the mind and the anatomy of a man. We can never put ourselves inside a female psyche. She's like that for a reason. Don't even try to understand that, man. She's like that for, get to know yourself, bruh. That's gonna matter more at the end of the day. Because when the world responds to you, the world responds to you because you're a man. And it comes at you like a man. And you have the responsibilities of a man. That's why you got to get to know yourself. When the world comes at her, the world comes at her like she's a woman. And is going to treat her like she's a woman. It's that simple. Understand this, man. Get it through your brain. Men and women, we are not the same. We're not equal. I want y'all to chew on this for a little bit, man. But I'm going to stop this video here. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Peace.